Gervonta Tank Davis is not up for the franchise title in boxing. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus below. Link in the description, and it helps my channel. I'm an affiliate. Now, Tank Davis, he has an upcoming fight. He says, I'm excited to announce I will be moving up to the in-weight to the lightweight division after being 3-time world champion in 2 different weight classes. I think it's 2-time world champion, but I don't know why he put that. Facing Gamboa December 28th in Atlanta, State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Kill, 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 hashtag the one. So right after Christmas should be a good fight. Now, Tank is pretty heavy on Twitter, and he also posted a very straight to the point message, and it says that franchise belt should be taken out of boxing, period. End of story. Now, I want to add my 2 cents real quick. I've already talked about the franchise title, etc., and I just did an interview with Terrence Crawford. It's already up on the channel. Take a listen to that, and he said the same thing. So you have 2 undefeated, prominent, prime fighters like Gervonta Tank Davis, also Terrence Crawford, as well as a ton of fans, channels like mine, and they're all saying the same thing regarding the franchise belt. It doesn't make sense. It adds confusion and chaos to boxing. It doesn't help solidify who's the best in these divisions. And, you know, ultimately with the franchise belt, since the only company that's come up with the franchise title per se, and then was new, is the WBC. I would say the WBC, they made a miscalculation in regards to this franchise title. I think when it came to Canelo being, he's such a big star, they were able to get away with it a little bit. And Canelo, at the very least, has a very good resume. He has several fights, you know, more fights than Floyd Mayweather, you know, has 50 plus fights. I don't know off the top of my head. So based on his A-side value and the amount of fights he has and the fact that he should be on people's pound for pound list, you know, they kind of let it slide. But when we're talking about Lomachenko, who just literally has like 15, 16 fights, and he has a loss in his second pro fight, and he just got the belt on August 31st, beating Luke Campbell, and now somehow he's already elevated, that's not really making any sense. You know, you could, again, I think people didn't understand it and were mad when it came to Canelo, but they gave it a pass because Canelo is Canelo, and they know he represents a lot of business in general. But now doing this again, and for people fearful that this is going to become the norm and there's going to be a franchise champion in every division, now you're seeing more and more people speak out. And I feel great that new media has led the charge with all these topics. I don't wait for anybody. I don't wait for any fighter, any trainer, anybody in this world to talk boxing and give their thoughts for me to react. There's a lot of people, they're more reactive than proactive. My channel with this new media, we be on the front line, baby. I don't wait. I don't wait to fighters say it and make it okay. I make it okay. I go with my instinct. I go with what makes sense. And I have told you, I don't understand the franchise title. Again, you see this man on the screen, Floyd Mayweather. How come he did more than Lomachenko and Canelo both for the sport of boxing? He made more money, has a better record than both of them, etc. No losses. Canelo, even though he only has 1 record loss on his resume, people question that, you know. There's other fights, and I'm not going to get too far in that because it's not really about that. But the bottom line is Floyd Mayweather was never this franchise champion. So why now? You know, how come we don't have any black franchise champions in boxing? Wilder, he's been the longest standing champion, definitely the longest reigning heavyweight champion. He's entering, you know, the historic amount of title defenses like Klitschko's and, you know, Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, and all these great people with double-digit title defenses, and he ain't one. But Lomachenko just got the WBC in this new division, and it wasn't even really a sensational performance like that. You know, he did what he had to do. I thought he beat Luke Campbell, but I don't think he was like, you know, Shakur Stevenson from a pedigree of stepping up in competition, fighting for a world title. I was more impressed with that fight, which I just got back from in Reno. And again, this is not a good look when boxing and all of boxing, they see this. You got guys like Terrence Crawford and Tank Davis, and they're not even co-signing it. You know, there's just so many questions. How can a fighter be labeled undisputed if somebody got the super WBC belt and somebody got a franchise belt? Like, how can Canelo, let's say he beat Andrade, hypothetically, which he's not looking to fight Andrade based on his movements. That's why he's fighting Kovalev this weekend. But let's say hypothetically he fought and got past Andrade. Then how could Canelo be undisputed without beating Andrade, Triple G, and Charlo? You know, it just doesn't make sense. How can Lomachenko not fight Devin Haney and say he's the best in the division? And it was already bad enough that the WBA had the super and regular titles and things like that. And now we're just adding to the chaos, and it doesn't make sense. And as I said, new media, I've been telling you guys the same thing since this was announced. And now you have superstar fighters like Terrence Crawford and Tank Davis, and they're the fighters who, you know, make millions of dollars and pay sanctioning fees, and their job could be easier with the potential for a franchise title, and they don't even co-sign it. So, you know, just all in all, it's not good for boxing, in my opinion. It doesn't seem like it was really thought out. I haven't heard anyone intelligently explain this. There's a video with the Boxing Voice. I haven't watched it myself, but I've been given pretty much the information of what was said with Ness and Mauricio Sulaiman. And Sulaiman, they said, admitted on camera that it's confusing, you know, and it didn't really look like, again, I haven't watched the interview, but from what I heard, it didn't sound like there was a ultimate resolution reached by the discussion. So people have questions. It's not a good look. It looks like ducking. You know, it looks like fighters don't want to fight certain people, and it's almost a way to get out of fighting a dangerous mandatory. Because what's the point of Devin Haney working his whole career in life, calling out Lomachenko to work and get into the spot where Lomachenko should have to fight him, if the WBC comes with the cape and says dun da 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 and creates a new position and says, okay, you got belt B, Devin Haney, and Lomachenko has a franchise title. And according to what they said with Canelo, and this is all brand new, so I don't know all the details, but what they said with Canelo is non-transferable. So who the fuck wants to see boxing have another belt in the already alphabet belt, you know, generation, right? Which creates confusion. And then on top of that, whoever gets this alleged franchise title, no matter what happens in their career, whether they get knocked out, if they lose decisively, they get knocked down 4 times, they still get to be the franchise champion. That just, I mean, it's like the new witness protection. It's like, you know, you're in police custody and the feds is like in front of your house, in your new house, and you have a new name and new identity. So the bad guys probably aren't going to try to infiltrate because they know that the feds are in the van, you know, protecting, and you got bodyguards and stuff like that. So it's like, what's the point? That's not what boxing to me is about. Boxing, that it just takes away and destroys the competition from it. You know, how do you have any type of belt that even if someone beats you, they cannot get that belt? I mean, what part of the game is that? To me, that doesn't make any sense, and I can't co-sign it. No matter what you do, if I beat you and I whoop your ass and have a great, brilliant training camp, me and my team have a great strategy and game plan to beat you, and then we successfully beat you, you're defending this belt. And if you beat me, you stay franchise champion. And if I beat you, then I'm still the person I was before I stepped in the ring, and you're still the franchise champion. I mean, this just makes no sense, people. You can say whatever you want, but you know that don't make no sense. And like I said, I'm glad that the fighters are saying something about it, because it just proves to you guys what I've said. As far as Tank, I'm looking forward to his next fight. He is fighting for a version of a belt as well, which is already, like I said, a problem in the division and in multiple divisions, the regular super, and the franchise title is made this worse. And the reason the WBC is coming down on them is because the WBA has been doing the super regular thing for some time. So that's just something we've been used to for several years now. but the franchise title just came about, so you're introducing something all new. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.